All right. Hey, everybody. Today is December 24th, Christmas Eve. Don't know how much snow we've had, but there's a lot, and hopefully everything is plowed off. Be careful walking outside. If you've got a dog and you're walking your dog, let the front desk know that you're going to be outside so we can keep an eye on you. Don't do anything silly, rash. If your dog poops just outside the door, that's fine. We'll pick it up later. Your safety is of the utmost importance. Your safety is what we're going to talk a lot about today, and obviously with COVID and the vaccines and all that type of thing, and the fact that we've had 2 letters come under our doors here in the last week says we've got to address it and we've got to keep a handle on it. As I've said before, I'm still very, very proud of the way that Ridgepoint has handled ourselves through this whole pandemic, but it's crunch time, and it hasn't been at our door like it is now, and I think that it's important that we certainly have a healthy fear of what's going on, but we cannot panic or get hysterical. It's up to you, and you're capable of keeping yourself safe. And one of the big things of keeping yourself safe is to stay away from people that unfortunately you love and that you want to be with. And it's just not time to do that. And there are a number of news stories or different articles and magazines, newspapers on what is the worst thing you can do to decrease your odds of contracting COVID. And the absolute worst thing you can do is go to a bar and party. I don't think we have a lot of bar partiers here, but that is the absolute worst thing. Not far below that is to gather with family and friends. And it's kind of the same thing as a bar, except that it's not quite as busy and packed. But it's really important that you try keep distance from your families. And we are doing our best to dissuade people from having visitors. The 24th and 25th, we're saying no visitors. If, we'll always allow health care. If someone needs to come in to help you with your health, we can do that. We'll allow that, but we're not endorsing or even authorizing the fact that people come in just to exchange presents and chat and have a glass of wine or what have you. Please, don't put us in a spot of having to say no. The vaccines are here, and they're being administered today. They've been administered since Tuesday, and sooner or later they're going to get down to us. We don't know how they're going to get down to us, but we know they're going to get down to us. So Ridgepoint we've been, Patty and Paula, myself, we've been contacting the Minnesota Department of Health, Hennepin County, the city of Minnetonka. We've been on different CDC websites, all that stuff. We're not getting anywhere. I don't know. We think that the county is ultimately going to be the one that administers it. Administers the distribution. The actual vaccination will change depending on the circumstance. I know that Walgreens, CVS, or what is the
CVS.
CVS, they're going to be authorized distributors of the vaccines. So, but we're asking you to keep in touch with your doctors, keep in touch with your hospitals, your clinics, all that stuff. Roger, Roger, what health system are you a part of?
Fairview's.
Okay, and what's Fairview's take on it? You, just for the record, you did talk. Who did you talk to and ask about the vaccine?
I have a communication tool that lets me talk to my doctor, and so I sent him a text message explaining that I was over 80 and that I lived in a residence of 300 people. What do I do? And he sent me back a nice note and said, here's an address, a website that you just keep going to, and we'll distribute information on how you get the vaccination on this website.
And that was a Fairview website, or was that a generic government
No,
website?
it's a Fairview website.
Okay, so in case you didn't hear Roger, and I think most of you did, but it bears repeating, he's part of the Fairview healthcare system. And if you're on a computer, and if you've got an account like My Health, so when you go have your cholesterol read or something, you can log into a website and they'll have the results to all your current, past tests, scheduled appointments, all that type of thing. Pretty much every healthcare system has that. And you have this unique username, and you can get information give and take with your healthcare providers. That's a place to start. Send an email. Usually put it this way, contact your doctor's office, either by email or by phone call or what have you. Contact your healthcare provider. That's a good start. They should know where to send the people to get the vaccines. Okay? Once you do that, and if they tell you to keep going back to a site, then do that and find out. But let them know your age. Let them know why you think you're a candidate for vaccination. Let them know that you're willing to be vaccinated, because the declination rate is quite high. But do that, and if you have success, if you get to a point where the doctor says, Roger, you come in Wednesday to the Walgreens at Cedar Lake Road and Hopkins Cross Road, and you'll get your vaccination, let us know, because we're not having any success. We know what's going to happen. We don't know how, and we don't know where, and we don't know when. Okay? The minute one of you folks out there listening or living here finds out that you're going to get a vaccination, let us know, and we'll trumpet that on to the others. But in the meantime, talk to your doctors. Let them know that you want the vaccine. Once we get the vaccine, from what I hear, and that's the whole thing, when things move this fast, you can't trust any of your news sources. It's very difficult to know that what's going to happen. But from what I understand, yep, you're going to be vaccinated. You still need to wear masks. Because the vaccination somehow is, the way it's administered into your tissue and all that stuff is, there again, I won't even talk. I heard that if it's the virus gets in the mucus and can certainly multiply there and then go out, while the inside of your body is fighting it and can fight it, the mucus can't. I am not a doctor. I'm repeating something that I have heard. What I can tell you is we're going to follow protocol. We're going to do what people tell us. We've been following science this whole time. And until recently, and hey, we had some cases here, and unfortunately one of them ended with a poor result in that we lost a neighbor. And that hurts. It hurts us. It hurts his family. It happened. And we can't say we're defeated. We can't say, oh my gosh, doom and gloom. No. We say, okay, that means we just fight harder. And we're going to fight harder. And that's my wife wanting to get a hold of me, but she can wait. So we are going to fight, and we're going to fight harder, and we're going to be smarter. And that's why as a group, like I said, if one of us finds out how to get the virus, the rest will find out. And call your insurance companies. Have your kids look. really, really dig into it. The sooner we can get our people vaccinated, that will take a big, big, big relief off of our collective conscience. And we want to be able to have more visitors come, and we want you to be with your families, but not at the price of someone getting sick or even worse. What we do know is the virus comes to Ridgepoint. So far, it's come. We had a couple people that picked up the virus while they were at respite cares or an intensive care unit, transitional care unit. Okay, that was early on. Since then, every case, of which I'm going to say there are there are 5 of them. In those cases, have come from visitors. One was a family member came. The other 4 are from caregivers coming, bringing it in. Here's something. If you can get by without a caregiver, I'm not saying you cannot have a caregiver. I know many of you need caregivers, and we want you to have them. Okay? If you can get by without them, do it. If they're coming in to make you toast or whatever, maybe for the time being you say, you know what, let's go without. Just be safe. The other thing is, wear a mask. If your caregiver's in there, make them wear a mask, certainly. Most of our caregivers now are wearing full PPE. They're wearing masks, they're wearing shields, they're wearing gloves, capes, gowns, excuse me. Although they are superheroes, they could be wearing capes, but they're wearing gowns and they're protecting you. And you should protect them at the same time. And don't spend a lot of time chit-chatting with them. I mean, have them do their work and get out. Now is not the time to get your money's worth and say, if I'm paying for an hour, I want an hour. Nope. I'm paying to have a wound dressed or something that maybe is a temporary deal. Get that done and get them out of there. The other thing is, when you get a caregiver or when housekeeping comes, we're going to start this after housekeeping starts up. Open up the window. Get some fresh air in your apartment. And I know many of you, it's hard to open up the windows. We've got these big sliders and they're a 3-foot high window. But if you can crank out your window on your bay window or even open it, get that open and get some fresh air circulating through there. And if you can do that once a day, that's a big help. We talked about this last week too. The fresh air system in our building is excellent, and we're proud of that. But I know that some of you want to keep your apartment warm, and it can get kind of stuffy and stuff in there. And not that if you should have the virus or whatever, that could multiply and be big in your apartment. But just as a matter of health and fresh air, open up your window once in a while and get some air transferred. Other than that, I don't really have anything. I wish you all a safe and, as well as can be expected, happy holiday season. I know that our staff, I don't know, they're not meeting with their extended families. It's just their small families, and I know that's the case with me, and I miss my extended family, but that's just the cards we're dealt right now, and they're the cards we have to play with, and know that we love working here. We love you. We want you to be safe. Let's hope that 2021 is a much, much better year, and let's hope it gets better sooner rather than later. God bless.